oh man. Today was a busy day. Thank you, Jesus. Woo. But I want to thank everybody that came by today to show support for our shop by purchasing gear, coming in, looking around, and and then understanding. There's only one of me here, so when you come in, I'm going to give you the same attention to detail as the next person or the person ahead of you. So again, guys, I want to thank everybody that came through the shop today, bought gear. Um, Henry, again, congratulations on claiming some of your winnings. Said some. He's got over $400 worth of prize monies from our fire drawings. And so he collected on some of it today. So that was awesome. But yeah, he saw how busy I was when he walked in. I was way off in the corner spooling and I had multiple customers lined up kind of deal. So, but it was good. A lot of guys, and that's what I love, guys, is the amount of love everybody was showing each other, just respect and understanding. And then, hey, man, no, go ahead. Like, everybody was so polite. You know what I mean? Everybody was trying to get out there and go fishing, but at the same time, everybody treated everybody with the utmost respect. Hands down to y'all guys, that is amazing. And thank you guys, because there's times when you get into a shop and you're in a hurry, and sometimes a little bit of understanding or compassion, uh, it gets missed, it gets lost, and so. Uh, yeah, no, I just I was busy. I was sweating. I was running. I was trying to take care of everybody as quickly, but with the attention they needed. But at the same time, everybody was just cool. Hey, God, handle that. Like they saw I was slamming. They saw I was slamming, but it's awesome. All right, so we got Henry, John, Roger, Hurton, Ray. Yeah, man, it was nuts. So I literally just sat down about 15 minutes ago, and I've been trying to go live for about 15 minutes. But for some reason, YouTube keeps wanting to change the direction of it, even though I don't have it set up for that. So I'm gonna have to like file another email about it, let them know that it's not working properly. Oh man, but yeah, bucket, bucket, yes, definitely. Busy is good thing. Yes, I am not complaining. I just wanted to kind of give everybody a heads up and a thank you for being real cool. Everybody was real cool, calm, worked together. Like, hey, I don't have a huge shop, so everybody was working. Man, it was awesome. It was really. I was like, I do have to say, my anxiety gets a little bit of me sometimes when I have that many people in the shop. But everybody was real. Y'all top notch, guys. Y'all really are. So, all right, let's get to it. I need a pad over here, a notepad. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Let's see. Start with this one right here. Yes, because I got my Green Cross Fund going on it, so I just kind of keep that together. All right. Do, do, do. But one thing to look forward to, I got a lot of videos from recording today. Like I spooled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I spooled 13 to about 16 reels today. Just today. So for those of y'all that are getting ready for Sharkathon, guys, now's the time to get it. Like, get in early. If you can make it in. If you can't, ship it to us. We'll have it spooled up, ready for you to come in and take off with it. Like, I know how busy it's going to get, and that's why I'm staying late. I'm making myself available. So that way you don't have to panic, guys. Like, I know how stressful it is trying to make sure you have the time and all of that. Come by, come see us. Let's make it happen, guys. Like I said, I'm bringing in a lot of line. I'm working on big rig leaders. Just to give you an idea. That's just the sections that go on to all the leaders that I hadn't been able to make in the last few weeks. And I've been on it. I've been on it all day today on that. And then between all the spooling of the reels and just walking through people, demonstrating the lever drags, the lines, how the hooks come together, and everything, and that's what's important. That's that's what's really important to us is getting that knowledge out there for everybody to feel confident in the gear they're getting and knowing how to work it's really important. So yes, we do, Roger. Roger's on it. So today is 9/19/2025. I see Puckett in there. Yeah, let me go back up. Right on. Yep. A win for the reels. That's for sure. AKECT Puckett. And 20. And then we got Roger, Team Hard Live. Put it this way, it was so busy today. Customer said, "Hey, do you have a fight and plane harness?" I said, "No, I don't, but you can go out to Port A and go get them over there and stuff like that." And reason price, he goes, "Like, no, I need to hit the beach now." And I said, "Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I bought mine at retail, so if you don't mind paying retail for it, I'll sell it. If not, then I can't sell it because I paid full price." And he goes, "I'll pay full price." And I was like, "Cool." So I got my money back on it, but now I got to go buy me another a fight and plate and harness. I don't mind doing that, but having understanding too. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't get things at discount price because, like, I actually bought mine from Fishing Tackle Unlimited when I was up there in Houston because I needed a fighting plate and harness. Yeah, been there, guys. I do it, do it. All right, so go to the live chat, and then let me see where my phone at. My phone right here, so I can see who's. I know a few of y'all have paid through the Zelle. I just got a text. The reds are thick. No, I might have to. I might have to go. Might have to go. Let's see. All right, Daniel Garcia. He's at 30. Oop. And we got John Dulay, Team Okuma for 10. And we got Dusty Arrington for 30. Then we got Uber Hot Glass for 20. And that gets us up to speed right there. I won't live chat. We're on live chat. Yep. The baby is asleep, but I'm gonna do some night fishing on the beach if I get that ninja tackle Eber. Ooh, right on. For you, Sputnik Man, do you make Sputnik sinkers? Hmm, there you go. That's a good question. The Reds have been running through the outer banks. And let's see where. Come on, man. Hold on, I'm gonna call him. You can't just send me that kind of text, like not give me the deeds. Where at, man? Wow. Mm, dang it. Wow. Mm, mm, wow. So all the way at the end, or pretty much anywhere up along the jetties. Mm. So you're on the south side. Yeah. Yeah. Roger that. All right, man. You heading out there in the morning or what time? Zero dark 30. Right. The sun's already up at that time, fool. Oh, okay. Dang it. Well, I don't know. I'm so tired right now, bro. I'm live on the channel. I'm gonna do a fire drawing, so just a heads up. But nah, I literally just I'm running 2 hours behind schedule. That's how busy we've been. So roger that. Roger that. All right, man. Well, you have a good one. Good luck out there, man. If they're smoking, let me know. All right, later. Oh, righty. Oh man, I had to go get me a cappuccino or something with a lot of caffeine because Henry can vouch for it. I was just spooling down, spooling, re-spooling. Oh, I broke a reel today. Actually, the reel is a single speed international, very old reel. Looked great condition, but it had enough. I was sitting there spooling, and I noticed the reel started like slowing down and stuff like that. And I thought for a split second, I thought my machine was going out. I was like, I'm backing off the drag. I'm like, come on, baby, make it through this reel, make it through this reel, kind of deal. And no, it stopped. And I was like, what the hell? So I went to go move it, and my machine moved freely. And I was like, I went to the handle and I tried to move it. It didn't move. And I was like, oh my God. I put my hands on the side plates. I was like, not even hot. I was like, dude, you're real locked up. And he goes, for real? I said, look, come feel the side plates. Because normally a lot of people think that, and this can happen, if you don't have the drag locked down enough, you're actually burning the drag while you're trying to spool up the reels. And because of that, you can lock up a reel while spooling. So, I backed off the drag and it free spooled. Everything was golden, re-engaged it, but the handle would not crank. So I was like, damn, bro. Well, we tried to let it cool down for about an hour. It didn't go. And it said, screw it. Give me the orange ADT Rex 3-speed. And I was like, sure. And he goes, I need a reel. I'm going fishing. Like, I'm going fishing. I'm like, let's do it. So got him spooled up. And so, yeah. Oh, man. Let's see. Those 136 tons weight for casting. Because I use this 12-ounce 8 sinkers when I wreck fish. No, Sputnik, I'll be honest with you. I did not get to sit down and check the emails at all. Like I was busy. I was stupid busy today. Um, Literally, I stopped sweating right now because I'm sitting in front of the fan, but I was sweating, from running back and forth, doing all the spooling videos, and literally, put it this way. Show you this real quick. Just get an idea. Today, just today alone, you can. Oh crap! 2 hours, an hour, and then another 20-minute video. That was just this afternoon only. And then yesterday, I have 17 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 minutes, like 3 hours, 1 hour. I've been busy. And that's not including all the videos that are on that phone as well, too. So, and that's besides the egg weights I cleaned. But mostly today, what I was concentrating on was putting these big rig leaders together because I need to get that mono off the floor since I finally got my leader bags in for the big rigs, and I've done that. So what happened to what is a spike, Sputnik? Let's see. You said you use spikes. So the only reason I could think that they're obsessed with an 8 ounce is because they are probably doing Hatteras casting, and they're able to get a great cast out of that and great distance. But they're also dealing with a lot of current, so they're trying to get it down to the bottom as quickly as possible without it moving too much. But again, an 8 ounce pyramid ain't going to hold in a whole lot of current if it's a four-sided one. If it's a three-sided one, they actually hold a lot better than a four-sided. Frog ton weight, probably PVC. Batter is cast. There you go. Yep. Oh, I need to crimp that. What I've been doing is making these, and I had a bag of 50 long line clips, and then I had 14 extra on the side. So I'm making 54 big rig leaders right now. That's what I'm setting up to do. But I also need this piece of heat shrink tubing because, like I said, I'm doing the upgrades to the gear that I'm finding that I want to do. So uh, it's just crazy. God. Yep. I don't mind the work, guys. Don't mind the work. But right now we are sitting at 20, 40, 60, 80, 130. Is that right? I got 130 for tonight's fire drawing. Uh, Spike, spider weight, surf weight, ankle weight, people call them a bunch of different things. Ah, okay. Roger that. So, okay, so do they like that weight because it sticks pretty good in the current or because they're getting good distance on it? What? I'm curious. I use two-sided 8 ounce, a two-sided 8 ounce. You lost me there, boss. Is that a four-sided pyramid you're talking about? Bucket, another one. Yep. 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 Doo-doo-doo-doo. All right, prior to that. All right, let's see. Okay, so they're basically trolling the sandbars because the weight, as it moves, they follow it along the beach until a fish picks it up. That's pretty smart. You know why that's smart? Is because it normally will stay deep into the gut as it's moving down like that, and it acts like a natural bait would as it's moving there in the gut instead of staying into one place. So yeah, yeah. And out there in the Outer Banks, I have seen where when I was in the Marine Corps up there that they had posted up like they would have had a redfish that was estimated at 110 pounds, a redfish, and it would have set the uh, the state record. However, they couldn't because they're so big. They're not allowed to keep the reds to go have them weighed out to break a state record. So the only way to have them weighed out is to have a certified weighmaster there when you catch the redfish to have it weighed and certified right there to release it, which is crazy. So I don't know. Have you know anybody who's actually ever tried to have a certified weighmaster go out there just to weigh fish to certify them to break the world record or even state record for that? And I got Bucket and Chris Schultz tickets for there. That puts us at 170, I guess it is. North Carolina state record is also the world record. I don't doubt it. Which one was it? Or are you talking about for the black drum or for the red drum? Um, do I have any wade fishing spots on the island? Um, I'll be honest with you. The only wade spots that I know are like on the backside near the Packery Channel, right up in that area and stuff like that. But be very careful when you're going out there at night, uh, because those channels come up on you real quick. And don't ever go out there by yourself. Normally go with somebody else, so that way if you're in trouble, somebody can call for help or give you a helping hand. You know, it does get pretty crazy out there. Those channels sometimes are real deceiving. So, boy, I'm feeling it today, man. I'm feeling it today. Red drum world record. How big is it, boss? Or how much was the weight on it? Because I know they go off of weight rather than size or length. Hey, young Texas angler, do you like to kayak fish, like in the bays and stuff like that? Dang, 60 inches, but don't know the weight. Ah, my biggest redfish is 54 and a half inches. There is one picture floating around of it, but I cannot find it. I know it's somewhere here, and it was taken with the old, like, it was taken with one of those, the Walmart special Kodak cameras or whatever, the disposable cameras. Man, we used to always have like 4 or 5 of those cameras in our arsenal just to when we started getting on the fish or whatever. It was crazy. So, what's up, Steve? How you doing? All right, young Texas angler. We have one of our subscribers that is donating a kayak to me. It's for a kid. It's a kid kayak with the paddle, and he's donating it to me because he says he has no use for it. Says it has no holes and stuff like that. I just need to find somebody that is willing to that wants it. So since you're pretty active on the channel, get your parents to give us a call up here, and that way I can get them in contact with the individual or subscriber who is giving it away, and it's yours. There you go. Luciano, what's up? 94 pounds for a redfish. Gosh. That's a big fish. It's a big old beach. Hmm. Yeah. So I'm gonna start putting in uh, the names here in just a bit. I got about 8 or 10 more of these long line clips to do. Once I do those, I'll start putting the names into the Wheel of Doom, and then we'll give it probably about another 5 minutes after that, and we'll see where we're at. But yes, sir, we've got quite a bit of new guys that have found our shop. Just kind of wandering in and or being told by a buddy of theirs that fishes. So I'd like to thank those guys that have been referring our shop to new anglers and stuff like that, so they can come by and check it out. And again, guys, when y'all come in here, y'all are pretty amazing. Sharing knowledge, helping each other out. Um, one of the customers bought bait for another guy, even though the other guy had the money. I just didn't have the change to break his 20. Like I was out of fives and tens, and people are still coming in with 20s and 100s, and I didn't even have change for it all. So he hooked him up with a 5, and I was like, nah, that works. You know what I mean? But whew, I got to go to the bank tomorrow and get some more dollar bills. I got to get some dollar bills. Yep, yep. Roger that. Well, there you go, young Texas angler. Yep. Have your parents call me tomorrow. I'll be at the shop after 9. That way I can get their information over, or give them the information of the subscriber who's giving away the kayak. Like I said, it's yours. It's free. So no worries. Perfect timing, man. I'm telling you, things happen for a reason here on the channel. Gotta love it. So, you know what's crazy? Have you ever thought about this? How, and this is one of the things that I thought about years ago when I first started, getting on Facebook and seeing the guys out of Australia catching those, they look like sand trout to us here in Texas. And they call them something else over there, obviously in Australia, but they're like 5 foot, 5 and 6 foot. They're huge, huge. But I talked to them, and they said, I asked him, I said, well, what about your redfish? How big do they get? He goes, those are bait fish over here. I was like, redfish with the dot. He goes, yeah, those are bait fish. We use them for bait over here. Wow. He's they only get to be about 8, 9 inches. They don't get very big at all. He's they're pretty much like your croaker over there. Like, whoa. So that's insane. Same, almost identical fish, just on the other side of the world, and it's the opposite of what we catch over here. Pretty interesting. There we go. Oh. This muscle right here is so sore right now. It is. Golly, like you can see how swollen it is. Let's see if I can get y'all to see this. Let's see. Can you see? it, it's swollen. It's got a good 1/4 inch girth. It is swollen. So, but hey, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep crimping. I got to keep crimping. So who else is going fishing this weekend? Or who's out there right now? Besides Henry. I know Henry's out there. Yeah, let's see. They have redfish in Saudi Arabia. Wow. So do they get big over there too, or are they small? Yep. So Chris, they were saying that the redfish were at the Packery Channel, that they were smoking them. They caught over 100 and something this morning. Yeah, but the bite didn't start till late, but it went all the way up until this afternoon before the dolphins showed up. Wow. Overfished and unregulated. Dang it. Well, when I was in North Carolina, I don't know if they still make them now, because obviously I got out of North Carolina back in 2002. Um, do they still make the surf weights using nails as the legs on them? I'm a little jelly there, Puckett. I'm a little jelly, man. Dang it. uh, not a tongue thinker, it's two-sided. So, hold on real quick. I know we've got. Oh, I know I got a weight like that here. Hold on. Ah, here it is. Oh, it's on. Okay. Well, I don't see the weights anymore. They were sitting right there for about a year. Cobra actually brought me, I want to say it was Cobra. He brought me the weights. They were tongue weights, which looked like a tongue, two-sided kind of deal. And I've got to hurry up and get through these big rig leaders. Once I can get those out of here, then I can get back to these 4-foot and 5-foot. Because I'm about 1,000 liters short on the wall right now. So yeah. Okay, so Young Texas Angler, the kayak ain't with me. It's with that YouTube subscriber. So like I said, we got to get your dad and him to collaborate to find out how and when they can pick it up. So it ain't with me. I'm just giving you a heads up, boss. He was supposed to come drop it off, but he hasn't yet. He's been still at work. So that guy travels on the road. He's a big rig chaser. They move, big items on the highway, and he follows them in his truck to make sure they get there safely and stuff like that too. So. Uh, So the wire frames that they use for those weights, do they use a 116 gauge, or do they use 332nds, or do they use copper wire? Uh, Not sure it's stick though. Well, well, that doesn't help, boss. All right, guys, we are still doing our fire drawing. I said as soon as I get these crimped up and moved over, 2, 4, 6, 8. I got 8 more to do. Looks like, if I counted correctly. Uh, Down at the jetties. Roger that. Oh, nice. A 24-inch trout. That's good. Which jetties were you at? Yes, I sell sleeves to crimp. Yes, sir, I do. I got point 6, point 8, 1.0, 1.3, 1.6, 1.9, 2.2, 2.5, and 2.7 in the double mini crimps like this. And then I also have I've got some of the aluminum in 2.3, 2.5, 3.0, 3.3, and I think another size. Oh, 4.5 is the biggest I have for the 1,200-pound mono that we normally have in and stuff like that. So at the Packery, Well, that's what my buddy was just saying, that they were catching a crap ton of redfish today on the south side. Um, he said they caught like 100 and something of them, between like 10 and like 5 or 6 this afternoon. That they were running. Deer season starts at sunrise tomorrow. Jacked up Leatherworks into his house. What's up, boss? The fire drawings are $10 a spot, boss. And we're at I think $170 for tonight's fire drawing. And so they said that the Reds were hitting on mullet, what they were hitting on today. So, I think I'm missing some Dakota cable over here. I definitely have a lot more long line clips than I do the pieces of mono here, but only because, like I said, I stopped when I ran out of the heat shrink, but I found a few more pieces as I was kind of organizing the area for my uh, camera here so I can go live. God, man, I don't know what is up with YouTube lately. Like, I try to go live and it keeps flipping the camera the opposite way, and it's like I have to stop the video because it says I have the camera in the wrong direction, and crazy, crazy, crazy. Mhm. Roger that, Jacob. You be safe out there, boss. Get a good one. Get a good one. All right, I used my Redford tag already. Needing to buy another one. How big was the red that you tagged out with your first one? Oh. So I got a good phone call this morning. Actually, I recorded it, and I think I might let it play for y'all. Let's see if it's on this phone. If not, it's on that one, and I can't let it play. Let's see. Yep, it's on that. It's on that phone right there. Shame. That sucks. Well, then I can go and talk about it here. So, y'all know for the last several years I've been battling, with the VA trying to get my VA rating increased. Well, right now, it took me 2 or 3 years to go from 10% to 70%. And then it took me another probably 3 months to go from 70 to 80. And I've been stuck at 80 since 2023. And today I got a phone call because I had requested a higher level review, but I told them to give me a call because one of the higher level reviews they did without me and my claim got denied. So I requested another one because they didn't mention about the letter that my roommate had wrote, my brother had wrote to me or for me because he was a roommate with me during A school and C school, uh, all the way up until we hit the fleet. So that alone was the better part of about 9 months to a year that we were roommates. Um, and then the so obviously back then there was no hint or thought or any kind of understanding of what sleep apnea was. But there was a clear understanding of what a uh, flight line Marine was. And what that is a Marine that lives in the flight line. in the medical department, getting seen for being sick or being hurt or finding an excuse to be out of work. So basically, for us that never got sick or were always on, we kind of frowned upon those Marines that were always at flight line. Well, fast forward 20 years now, I'm kind of jealous because they had all the proper paperwork that was needed to file and get their VA rating almost immediately because all of that was in there, which is crazy because if you think about it, that was the whole thing about the Marine Corps. Like, they trained us to put up with pain. They trained us to put up with, roughing it out, toughing it out, just being ready for battle, being ready for war. So I do not fault them. Like, I was like, man, I'm grateful for them doing that. I mean, I already had a hard enough lifestyle on my own. Like, I was a hustler, going out collecting cans and copper, mowing yards and stuff like that, as a kid. I was making my own money, which meant I had to get out there and hoof it. And then when I made myself a bike out of parts that I found on the street, then I was mobile. And then I started doing lawns and this, like, I've always been a hard worker. So for me, being in the Marine Corps, I was perfect for it. Like, I can do all this work, no worries. But again, too, I grew up in a household where, you didn't cry unless you had something broken. And even if you had it broken, no, we need to cry. We're going to the ER. Like, just, like, you know what I mean? So, with that being said, it was definitely a lifestyle of ignoring or not worrying about the pain that your body was going through. So, because I never paid attention or even gave any thought to a lot of the pain I was going through, or that I was tired, we took it as like, okay, I'm just pushing myself to the limit. Like, I need bitter longer sleep hours or this and that. And like, hey, you can't be like that, bro. Like, you only need like 2 hours to function for 24-hour kind of deal. You just ran 10 miles. Okay, cool. You still need like only a 2-minute nap. Like, so, um, were you Harriers or F-18s at your point? I was Harriers. I was actually the CDI for the gun shop. Um, for I was CDI for like a year and something before I got demoted for the DUI that I got for leaving the gate because my buddy's ex-wife was, gosh, she wrecked a lot of Marines' um, uh, careers because if you were friends with her ex-husband, she would overstep her bounds as PMO, and I got pulled over. Mind you, I went through like 12 or 13 designated drivers that night because I found out they were drinking. I'm like, okay, you're done. Like, you're not driving now. Like, I don't care what you do, but you're not driving. So I took away my keys from them because they were supposed to be my designated driver for the night. So, I hadn't drank in I don't know how many hours, but I was pretty sober. It was like 4 in the morning the last drink I probably had was at 9, 8 or 9. It was something like that. And so the whole night I didn't drink. We went out to eat. We got to the base. And then, I got a phone call that I had to leave the base. But this was after September 11th. And they still had the barriers there. And so you had to go like drive with your foot in your vehicle and drive, but with your foot on the brake because you had no room to hit gas. Because if you did, you would hit the sides. Like, it was real tight quarters for that. So if you made any kind of mistakes, you would be found out real quick. So I made it through the whole barrier. I was getting ready to leave the base, and I had let my foot off the brake. Right when I was I hadn't even touched the gas. Right when I let the foot off the brake, it was moving over, the lights went on. I was like, why are they pulling me over? Like, what did I do? Well, I didn't know, and I never met that Marine until that night, at that moment, when she came up to me, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh, like, I knew instantly why I got stopped. Well, you know why I pulled you over? I said, no idea. She goes, braking traction. I said, how did I break traction? She said, well, the ground's wet. Can't you tell that it's been raining? Well, yeah, I can see that. I can understand that. But how did I break traction? I pulled my foot off the brake. That's all I did. Like, You know, I had my foot on the brake, and it was just enough brake to keep the vehicle from moving too fast through the barriers. Well, no, I heard you break traction. I'm not going to argue with you. I broke traction, so write me a ticket for breaking traction. No, I need you to step out of the vehicle and put me through the whole ringer of things. And so I ended up blowing, and I blew a .06. And I was like, okay, so I'm legal to drive in the state. And they go, yeah, but not on base. On base, they lowered it down to .04. .04 is literally having uh, a sip of beer 30 minutes prior, and you'll blow a .04. That's all it takes is for it to get into your system that, and you'll blow a .04. I said, man, I hadn't drank in like 7, 8 hours. Like, how is that even possible? And she goes, well, you're drunk, and we're gonna take you in. And her partner was like, so why did we pull him over? Because he broke traction. He goes, you heard that? And I was like, I knew something was fishy about it, but I'm not PMO. I was just doing as I was told as the Marine. So they take me in, and they put, those big old long, like 20-foot tables, or those big long party tables. And so they had two of those, and he's standing on way on one end, I'm standing on another. And he's like, all right, you know what time it is? And I looked right at him, and I said, yeah, it's 04:35 or whatever it was. How'd you know exactly what time it was? I said, I could see the reflection off a light on your digital watch. And then he goes, why did they pull you over? I said, the Marine said I broke traction. He's all, which Marine? I said, the Missouri. Like, I didn't catch a rank or whatever. And he goes, whatever her name was, Missouri. And I was like, yeah. I said, that's my best friend's ex-wife. And he just looked at me and goes, you know Waylon? I said, that's my brother. Like, he's been there for me for years. Like, we're brothers. That's my brother. Like, and he goes, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, he started apologizing immediately because he knew why I was sitting in front of him instead of gone. Like, so yeah, so I got put through the ringer for .04. Yeah. But what am I looking for? Oh, swivels. I forgot what I was looking for there for a second. And it's a 750-pound stainless steel swivels. There they are. I know I had a whole buttload of them. But yeah, no. And that was pretty interesting. And here's even more, when they, obviously I went through the NJP and stuff like that, and I was up there, and 4 or 5 of the PMOs that night showed up for my defense to let them know that, like, whatever happened to me shouldn't have happened at all, because first off, you have to have, what did they call it? Probable cause to pull me over. The only probable cause they had to pull me over was that Waylon was my brother. That's my brother to this day. I mean, that's my brother, And because she was not married to him anymore, she was basically punishing all of his friends. And any chance she got, she'd pull you over for anything. And she had already been known for doing that. But because once everything went through, and obviously I did the breathalyzer, and she said I blew a .04. So it was my word against hers kind of deal, and I got screwed. But how did we even get on that conversation right there anyways? What led to that? I was Hueys and Cobras on New River crew chief. Nice. Yeah, I was actually we worked on the gun systems for the Harriers, and I worked on the 25 Mike. I was also the CDI collateral duties inspector. I did TPL. I was also the CDI for that. Well, once you're CDI, you cover TPL, you cover tools, you cover the parts, the gun systems, the computer systems for turning in the parts, pulling in the paperwork to actually work on those parts and stuff like that. So, yeah. And so as an E4, as a corporal, I was holding an E7 billet, because we didn't have a staff sergeant or a sergeant in our shop. So me and another corporal, we actually took over the gun shop because our staff and gunnies were out at staff NCO school during that time period. So we went from 30 something percent battle readiness to, I think it was 83% or 89% battle readiness. I don't remember exactly. But basically, we were the only two corporals that were allowed to go to the staff NCO meeting that was held in the morning, while the other corporals and everybody went to their work centers. So that was pretty interesting. We didn't say much, but when they came and talked to us about what we're doing in our shop, they made sure everybody else paid attention to how we were running gun shop to bring it from that low level readiness to where we were at. And basically, anytime they had like a shutdown of like squaring away the Marines for the weekend, like for an early shutdown, we did good that week, so they would shut us down at lunch or noon or whatever. We were to our own vices. Like we could shut down our guys a little earlier and this and that. But even then, like when we did, like they couldn't really argue because our shop was the only shop that had the standing that we had. So yeah, I remember a couple of times that they would get after us and this and that, and uh, the major heard about it and like, why are you getting after those guys? Like those guys, you don't, your shop ain't even that ready. Why are you getting after them? Like leave them alone. They're good. If they ever start slacking to this and that, then you can go and tell them. But right now, they're untouchable. So we were on it. We were on it. But after I got in trouble like that, it was like I got thrown under the bus. It was over. So fuck it. All right, another 10. So I got Roger for 10, whiskey for 20, and Puckett for another 10. And I knew this was going to happen. I was going to run, and I bet you I could find them, but I would have to go through my countertop here, which is it's slowly getting organized. Let me do this. It's yesterday it was like this. It was piled up, and I've already cleaned away half of it. Yeah, this is my organized chaos, guys. Organized chaos. All right. So now that I've done that, I can do this. But I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I need 8 more. So 16 more pieces of heat shrink. And I'm pretty sure I can find them in here. I gotta look. And it ain't gonna happen right now because I need to start doing the tickets for the Chris Schultz. Let's see your 10 in there. Roger that. Roger that, whiskey. You have a good one at work. Chris Schultz. 10. There we go. All right. All right. Come on, what is it doing? Looks like that's just a progress bar. Looks like money on a desktop. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Puckett nailed it. Oh yeah. So let me do this. That way you can understand what the other status bar looks like. I yeah. And just give you an idea, like when I ordered bags for the shop, so I ordered 1,000, two bags of 1,000 each. And I finally got my other 1,000 in today. So yeah, that was 4,000 bags that I ordered for the Ziploc bags that I need for my gear. So what is this? Oh, there they are. Found the cables needed to finish off that, but they don't have any of the heat shrink. I'll find it. I'll make it happen tomorrow. All right, so let's go ahead and get this one started. Where is wheel generator right there? I don't know. All right, let's sort through this over here. Angel's not in here. Billion's not in here. Boat up. not in here, but Chris Schultz is in here. All right. All right. Delete that. Whoa. All right. So Chris Schultz has got 20. Got that. Daniel Garcia is in here as well. Chris Schultz, 20. Daniel Garcia's got 30. Henry. John Darnell. Why does it keep automatically highlighting? Roger. Sharkotic's not in here either. Sputnik's not in. Look at that. It's automatically highlighting. Why is it doing that? So, Roger. Team Hard Live. Got that. My mouse is acting weird tonight. Okay, so Roger got that. Golly. Like it's automatically like highlighting everything. Roger. And then we got Puckett. I need to go caps. Bucket right there. Bucket again. Further down. Ah. You gotta be kidding me. What are you doing? Dash 2, dash 2. Bucket, and then bucket again. First. Dash 3. And then we got John Dooley, Team Akuma. John Dooley, Team Akuma. I don't know, for some reason. Okuma, not Uku. I don't know how it's supposed to be. Okuma. Got that. Dusty Arrington. Let's see what's that at. Dusty. Copy. Uber hot glass. Uber hot glass. Got 2 of those. Copy and paste. Got that. And Roger, Team Hardline. Got another one. Copy and paste. Dash 2. Got that. Whiskey Warrior for 2. Got 2 right there. And again, Whiskey, thank you for that information that you sent to us about Carlsbad, California as well. I forwarded that over to the proper channels. And then I also kind of sent a pissed off email to the city council because they're still trying to fearmonger the city with trying to put the water crisis on us, and only because of the desal plant failing in the inner harbor. And yeah, I told them, we're paying attention to what they're doing. Like, they are spending a crap load of money on the inner harbor trying to get it they're like, no, it's not done. It's not, because we already voted against it. Like, well, if that's the case, why do they keep emphasizing on the inner harbor and this? And they're over there. What do they call it when they're trying to get it? They're over there trying to get more people to sway their way to get the. God, I forget what it's called. And I said it in the email, but I was like, they're over there trying to get it. They're trying to get to where they go to vote for the inner harbor desal again. Like, how we know that they're not going to try and circumvent it some other way, and it comes up a little bit later, and yeah, pretty crazy. So. Whoa, did I just read that right? Sipping Screwball and Crown Royal Chocolate, the Royal Peanut Butter Cup. That sounded good. That sounded way good. I bet you that's one of them drinks that's a creeper. I bet you that drink is a creeper. Holy smokes, I bet you that's a creeper. Oh man, that sounded so good. All right, guys, we're at $220. I'm gonna give it, let's see, six. We'll do 6 minutes, guys. We've got 6 more minutes for tonight's fireball or fire drawing. Fire drawing. I don't like Fireball. I honestly don't like Fireball. It gives me too much heartburn. So I don't drink it. I stay away from it. But we're at $220 for tonight's fire drawing here on checking Zelle. Woo. And there's nothing on Zelle, but we're at Vote Up Mike said he wants $10 for his credit. Vote Up with Mike for 10 credit. Roger that. Vote Up with Mike. That puts us at $230. Oh, my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, they love Fireball. Like, they can sit there and drink it by the gallon. I'm like, no, that's just good. Nope, no, I'm good. Oh, yeah. That's how you chug a bottle, guys. Pretty sure y'all can hear me chugging on it and stuff. That is one thing I have not forgotten how to do is chug some water. It's been 23 years that I've been out of the Marine Corps, and I still will chug some water. Gotta love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, man. Drink a Smirnoff Ice like a rim. Oh, my God. No, he did. Oh, my gosh. That's. Um, oh, yeah. 18 was 15 years ago. Oh, my gosh. That is too funny, guys. Yep. So y'all got 3 minutes, guys. 3 more minutes for tonight's fire drawing. We're at $230. $230. And we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 people in it as of right now. 13. Haven't drank in 4 years, still miss the Jaeger. So I'm gonna tell y'all something, guys. Like, I stopped drinking cold turkey. Was it last year, or the year before? And it was okay. It really wasn't cold turkey, but it pretty much became cold turkey. Um, I noticed for a time there, like, I didn't have no enjoyment in drinking. Like, I was drinking, and it's just like, eh. And I was like, well, maybe it's the beer. I change up beers, this and that, and it wasn't that. Tried liquors. I didn't have no urge or want or will for it, which was fine. I went to bars, shot pool. Everybody was drinking around me, and I just stopped going to pools because it's hard to be around drunk people like that if you ain't already in the same ballpark. You know what I mean? Uh, so I gave it up. And it was pretty much a year, not a little bit more than a year, that I just no will, no want. Beer sat in the fridge for ever. It literally sat there forever. Liquor up in the cabinet. It just spider webs were crawling all over it. So and I didn't care. Like, cool, whatever. But when I came back to the Marine Corps birthday party the next year, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have a drink. I had a drink, and I was like, man, that tastes pretty good. And that's all it was. Like, I had a few drinks just for the taste. And then maybe 4 or 5 months later, I was like, you know what, I would like another drink. Then I had another drink, and so finally, like, I don't know, it's been a while. And now, like, I can honestly say, like, I can sit there, get home, have a beer or two, maybe, and sometimes I don't even finish the second one. I go pour it out, and I just go right back to bed. Like, it ain't like it used to be. Like, oh, dude, we're gonna party, we're gonna go get smashed this weekend. And it's like, I don't know, I don't know. So yeah, no, no doubt, bucket. So and don't get me wrong, like, for this Father's Day, which was my wife's birthday, and then like her Mother's Day was like a short time period before that. Like, I drank with the family, and I had a great time, and I actually drank, but I didn't even get drunk. Like, I drank and I drank and I drank, and just cool. Like, whatever. I cooked all the food. Everybody left. I cleaned up all the mess, and then I finally went inside, took a shower, and went to bed. Like, wife comes out, we got to clean up. I said, clean up what? Like, it's already done. I said, I'm going to work. And so she looked. I said, what the hell? I was like, I wasn't drunk. I was just drinking to drink, to be part of the crew, kind of deal. But it wasn't like I was drinking to try to get there. So, but it was fun. It was fun. So that I don't mind. But before that, like, I didn't even want, like, nothing. Steve Owens, 20. All right, let's go and get him in there. Steve Owens got 20. So let me copy and paste that. Copy. Nope. Get the whole name. Copy and paste. That puts us at $250, guys. 250. Yep, roger that. All right, guys. Extended. Extended 2 minutes. 2 more minutes. He said, announce a date. Sheesh. Yeah. So, oh, and so back to my phone call with the VA rep with the upgraded deal. He started out with, I started actually recording, and he started out with saying that he's looked at over all the paperwork, and he gave me his rundown of what he had seen, and he couldn't believe why uh, my rating hadn't already been approved. Like, he goes, dude, like, you have all the grounds for everything you need to be approved. Like, why? And he goes back through, and he goes, I saw that. this evaluation wasn't even talked about. Like nobody even, it looks like nobody even acknowledged it. And he goes, and then nobody even acknowledges your letter and this and that. I said, that's exactly why. But, I'm thinking this to myself. I hadn't even talked to, he hadn't said anything. But he was saying all the things he found and what his thoughts were. And that he goes, dude, like, you have everything you need. Like, I'm going to approve this. Like, I'm letting you know right now, I'm going to approve it. It shouldn't have taken this long. And I'm sorry it went through this. And he went through a big spiel. And he goes, well, now you know my thoughts are on this. What are your thoughts on it? I said, well, first, I'd like to thank you for doing the due diligence of actually checking through my paperwork. I said, because you saved me a lot of time and agony and grief right now of trying to relive everything that we did. And, I explained how we, in the Marine Corps, like you weren't trying to be a flight line Marine. You were trying to be the Marine that was always at your job post when they needed you and da da da. And I go, and that's what shot me in the foot. Like it became harder for me to file and get the help that I earned. You know what I mean? And he goes, no, I totally understand. And we went back and forth for a bit, but at the end of the deal, I was just like, man, thank you. Like you have finally like just calmed me down. Like now I know things are getting done, and I'm getting everything that I worked hard for and stuff like that. And he goes, man, I'm so sorry you went through all of this, and he's I'm gonna kind of put a little note in there, that these guys missed all these steps, and they should have been done years ago. So, as far as I know, when I initially started this evaluation deal, it was back in 2023. I don't know how far back they're gonna backdate it or whatever, but I'm just glad it's finally getting approved. And with that in there, it should put me at 95, which will get rolled up to 100. So I should get my 100% disability with that. So thank you, Jesus. Today, like it started off as soon as I got here. That was the first phone call. And I was like, oh, this is going to be great. Let me just go and record it. I was really expecting to go that way. And it went completely the opposite way. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. And after that, it was just one thing after another, after another, after another, after that. And I've been busy. I was like, thank you, God. Like, put me to work. I will work. And literally, it was like that all the way up until I went live. Finally, like, yep. So, used to go DC and get what I needed, but they charge a hefty price. Used to go DC. What's DC? Mm. Yep, yep. Thank you very much, Daniel. All right, guys, our time is up. Let's go and get some thumbs up, some love on the channel. Get her done, spin it, wild man, something. Get some comments going. Everybody, the thumbs up, hearts, like this comment feed up. We are at 14 people, so I'm going to shuffle 14 times. Before we do this, we're at $250 for tonight's fire drawing. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Uber hot glass. Where are you in here? Hold on. Yeah, you're right there. There's one. And where's the other? Oh, yeah, down here. Right there. See it? Good to go? Yep. Okay. I forgot what number I was on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Good to go, good to go, good to go. Good luck. Oh, look like Roger. Roger. Ooh, that man's on fire, this one. Nice. 250. 250 minus 20 equals. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, man. Let's see. That'll be $200. And then we got to go back. All right. You there? Okay. Sorry. I guess when I flipped the screen around, I hit that fat thumbs. I got fat thumbs. So, um, look at what? I feel I'm always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Oh man, so yep, uh, yep. Nah, it'll happen, guys. So again, yeah, no doubt. But again, guys, I was saying I'm gonna call it early night because I'm a bit tired. But again, too, if y'all are prepping for the tournaments and all of that, guys, you know where to come. You know how we work. I mean, this is the only spot that does what we do. Like, we're gonna check your gear. Like, we're not gonna put something out there that we ain't, ready to fish with ourselves. Because we know how hard it is for y'all to work for the money that y'all work for, and for the shops not to take full advantage of making sure you are prepped entirely is pretty crazy. So for me, it's that. Like, I want everybody to have the best fighting chance once they leave here, when they get hooked up, to be totally ready to rock and roll. So, yeah. Well, Puckett, I'd say you had some pretty good luck, man. You found our channel, and you are always welcome here, bro. So, yeah. Now I'm uh, now I'm waiting for my phone. It's like, here we go. My phone shut down for an update. Like, great. So, I'm sitting here and wait for a few minutes while that goes through. But I do have to go use the restroom. So I want to thank everybody again, and all the customers that came through, and all the other customers that are passing the word of our shop. Like, we've got a lot of gear in here. We're ready to help you out any which way. Again, we don't have those huge pockets, but we got enough to get you on the right track. So again, guys, y'all stay blessed. I got some special deals coming down the pipeline. Pretty special. So again, guys, if y'all haven't signed up the petition to remove Mayor Paulette Guajardo from our city council, because she's doing a horrible job for the city itself, and we definitely need to change up the leadership, because we're tired of the way it's going. It is not rocking and rolling for us. Right now, they're catering to industry, and all of us are being left behind. I mean, they're taking all the money they can out of our pockets. And again, that's how the rich stay rich, the poor stay poor. And I'm tired of it. And it's not because I'm not willing to go out there and work for it. But again, too, I'm not going to do it illegally or in the wrong way. I'm going to earn it. I'm going to earn it the right way. And these guys are definitely not earning it the right way. They are all these underhanded deals, this way, that way, that way. And oh, we're not doing that. We're not doing that yet. They've been caught. They have been caught. They've been subpoenaed. They've already been obviously it doesn't get to that depth unless things have actually hit the fan. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys. God bless America. God bless the Kirk family. God bless our troops, our Trump administration that is getting us back to safe, being able to sleep safe at night. And God bless the Team Hard Life family here, guys. Y'all have a blessed one. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one, guys.